Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your mid-March love reading. I'm Jade with Yes, Yes, Yes. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a love reading with the Mystical Lenormand deck and then the Line Strider Tarot. And I'm going to see how the path between the masculine and feminine is coming forward. So I've pre-shuffled the cards and I'm going to lay it out and we'll see how this whole thing begins. If this is an interesting read for you, if it resonates, I'd love to hear in the comment section below, as well as feel free to drop me a thumbs up. Or if you want to get a reading, I've got all that information as well in the box below. So let's see where it begins. For my Cancers, how you doing, Cancer? Hope you're having a good early springtime. So I'm going to be laying this down, looking for the significator cards, and then I will read from there. Okay, there's our masculine. Masculine and the sun, and then the birds and the stars. We have the clover, the moon, the tree, and the coffin, the mice, the lily, the boat, and there's the feminine. Okay, so it looks like we've got, there's the masculine cards, there's the feminine, and this is the path in between. So the masculine looks to be moving towards the feminine this month, okay? So the masculine's pretty successful. He's feeling pretty good. There's talk about maybe his notoriety even. So masculines, you're doing pretty well. Masculine Cancers, you might be, people are talking about you, and things are feeling aligned. Things are feeling destined. Things are kind of falling into place for you. Even some luck is moving towards you, and you're feeling as if you might even be getting some intuitive hits this coming month, okay? And that intuitive hit might be something about either your health or your family, or longevity, okay? So maybe if you have a creative project that you're working on, you're seeing that project could be coming forward into a more long, it could be, signed on for being a long-term project. That's what I mean. Now there is a change here, and that change, we're starting to move into the feminine here. We've got a little bit of a change in anxiety, okay? So a lot of times when I see these two cards together, what we're talking about is like some type of health issue, like a diagnosis or a misdiagnosis. So what I'm gonna say, and again, this is a quick read, and we're really talking about what's going on between the masculine and the feminine, is that there's some connection to health in between you two, where there's some anxiety and some transformation that will happen because of it. So this could mean even that it's about going to the gym. So maybe you have a new gym membership and you meet each other at the gym, okay? Now, I feel like the masculine is feeling pretty good. Again, we talked about that, and that he's using some intuition to know what he needs to do for himself. I think the feminine might have some more anxiety in trying to connect with this masculine. These are the two cards really here, this intuitive legacy, right? This intuitive, even family, okay? So we can have some transformation that's happening with your health or in your family or in this long-term or legacy-driven project, okay? That's your connection point. For the feminine's got some anxiety, and it could be some anxiety about her sensuality, or her longevity even, in being able to travel, and her being able to continue on the path that she has been. This could be an actual boat. So I know Cancers, I have a Cancer friend who does some, so she's a captain on a ship. So I'm feeling like, I see this connected to her, but Irregardless, it doesn't have to be an actual boat or even an actual trip. If you're not traveling, this could just mean your journey, your path. So I feel like there's some anxiety, some questioning about the long-term ability for you to continue along the path that you've been on. Now, this is no new news to anybody right now, Cancer. A lot of people are questioning their long-term paths, and there's a lot of transformation that's occurring. So what I feel like is if the Cancers are really trying to find your loved one is going to be intuitively connected to this legacy of and your health, actually, and your family. Okay, so you could meet this person through your family. You can meet this person through some type of health organization. If it's, if you go to the doctor's office, or if you go to a dentist's office, or if you go to the gym, something along those lines, or if it's a creative project somewhere in creating a long-term goal, but it's really an intuitive connection there, and it's an emotional one. This is your card, so it makes sense that it would be there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten all of this so that we can see. I'm shortening it up between these two, and then I'm going to lay out the card, the Line Strider path. All right, so that's just a general of what's going on, and now Line Strider will give us some more info. Okay, so I have pre-shuffled. Okay, we have a jumper already. I didn't even ask the question, but sometimes that happens. So this is what is connecting you to King of Cups. All right, so this is deep emotional connection that you are wanting. This is mastery, emotional mastery. Okay, the King of Cups shows us that it's possible to come to a place of being able to know exactly how you feel in such a way, and communicate that even in such a way people know automatically the integrity of who you are based on the feelings that you have, the ability for you to communicate your feelings. It's beautiful, this King of Cups. He can be the next, he can be a little less compassionate than the Queen. So he can be more concerned with making sure that everyone else is also taken care of emotionally, and not necessarily really checking himself. So do make sure that you are in Cancer. Again, I read for you, Cancers, because I love you so much. I know how you are. That make sure that you are also taking care of your emotional needs as well as everyone else's, but take care of yourself first. Okay, so draw in that Queen as well as being the King. Okay, so that's your baseline. Let's see what's going on for the masculine and the feminine for March for Cancer. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, both in reverse. The masculine is feeling good, but he's also ready to start a relationship. We like this. So the Nine of Pentacles is usually the card of doing things on your own, taking, counting your coins, looking at life and doing you, right? Coming out of that, right, means that you're reflecting upon the solitude even you might have felt of being on your own. Like, you've had this success, you've been people have come to know you as successful, and I think now you're ready to put the proverbial, the proverbial cherry on the top. That's what I'm thinking. So you're ready to go into relationship. The feminine has the Eight of Swords, and I do like this card again, coming out of it. The Eight of Swords is keeping yourself contained, feeling bound, and if it's in the reverse, you are now seeing your freedom. You're seeing and looking at the things that you hadn't looked at in the past, right? This figure is blindfolded, so you're looking at what you have been closed to in the past. You've closed your eyes to in the past, what you have bound yourself to in the past, and you're looking at now clearly that situation, but looking towards the future and realizing that you are free to make your next choice. Okay, and I even I just am realizing this, the feminine is really connected to her making roots, and the masculine is really connected to his intuition and his emotions. So that's really interesting right now. Okay, So we have Page of Pentacles and the Moon. All right. Page of Pentacles, it's this small, stable offer that you want to make, feeling even that maybe there's a newness to your success, masculines. Maybe this is just, it's a baby step for you, is that you're just now feeling that you have your, and Pentacles is food, clothing, shelter, health, well-being. Maybe you're just now feeling like you've got that stuff taken care of, and that you're ready to move forward, but just taking a little step forward because everything is still so new. You've checked everything else off the list, and now moving towards a feminine is just a new thing, and you want to move slowly because you want to do it right. I like this. For the feminine, we have the Moon, and she came out in reverse. So this is, again, your, it's not your card in this deck, but I feel very Cancerian energy. It's Pisces, but I always feel Cancer because you're ruled by the Moon. That's why. And the Moon card is coming out of that illusion, being really connected to your emotions in a way that is positive and not being overrun by them. I feel like being freed by them. So you're being freed by your intuition. You're being freed by your ability to not be super emotional, which is great, Cancer, because I know how much you feel. I know how much you are affected, okay? And you love so deeply. I say this all the time. You love so deeply. It's really hard for you to not be affected, okay? This is, you're the King of Cups. For the masculine, now we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. So you're wanting to make something long-term, but you're just maybe not sure quite how to manifest it, quite how to do it yet. This is a new thing for you, Cancer. Wands are a totally different feel for you, different energy. So with that, the Three of Wands is our card of laying the foundation and looking towards building something long-term. And this is telling me that you might have come from a place of, I'm feeling like Cancer masculine might have not been able to commit in the past because you were kind of enjoying being single. That card was there. Enjoying building your life, building your pentacles, and now we're to a place where we're trying this new thing out of building a relationship. But it's so new that it feels uncomfortable. And that's what we really need to do is lean into this discomfort, okay, masculines? The three is also here to remind you that there's no foundation, okay? There's no way of building anything unless you stake down, stake your claim, but really decide this is what you want, and you have to sit with it. Okay, it can't just be like, oh, I think that's what I want. I'm not, you have to actually not only state it, but then live by it, because it's not going to come into fruition otherwise. Okay, you can't flip this card right side up and have this connection with this person without living it, without showing that you are the masculine who has all of his pentacles, who can offer something stable and loving, and not just the love, right? Not just the love. Okay, for the feminine, we have the Magician in the reverse. This is a Gemini card. It's a Mercury card in Gemini, so it would be Gemini. And for Virgo, we've got some manifestation that is blocked, okay? So the feminine is trying to go forward in this new way, really trying to see yourself in this free place, right? Leaving burdens behind, leaving anxiety behind, and leaving any kind of emotional instability behind. But we're just trying to get this energy flowing, okay? And again, these are the things that are the blocks, and then will bring us, everything else will bring you to closer. So this Magician being in the reverse, not seeing your power, feminine Cancer. This is you being able to create the life that you want, right? This is literally seeing your power in the Eight of Swords, and your power is being intuitive and being emotionally open, but also responsible, right? It's not about putting your emotions on anyone else. It's seeing things truly as they are, feeling things truly as they are, creating the life that you want. These are the things that you're working towards right now, feminine. And this is what will bring you closer to your masculine, moving towards those, moving into, and again, moving into that discomfort even for the masculine. Now we have the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay. Knight of Cups, that beautiful emotional offer. Okay, masculine, you're starting to roll with it, which is great. We like this. Give me a second here. So you're starting to roll forward towards your feminine. You're starting to feel the passion, feel what it's like to, like I feel like you're getting the idea of what that relationship could really truly feel like, and you're ready to offer it, right? So you're starting to, you're moving out of the gates, and you're starting to build up speed towards it. You're moving towards your feminine, which is what you're supposed to do. And you have to do that through this compassion and through taking action so that she knows that she can join you and trust you in this. She's got the Nine of Cups, and this came out in the reverse. So this wish card, again, feminine, there's something that's blocking you. And I'm feeling like this anxiety, like this is a headspace that's blocking you. You have no reason to be blocked in these ways. These are great cards for you to have in the upright. But remember, we talked about that anxiety that you had earlier, and it might have to do with you changing your journey, changing your path. And I feel like what's blocking you is that you've been going about things in the same way. What do they say? That crazy does things in the same way and expecting a different outcome, okay? So, and I'm not calling you crazy, but what I'm saying is that you have, you've gone through doing things the same way, and now what the universe is kind of showing you is that you have to completely change your way of doing things in order to bring in a different way of living, in order to bring in something that is satisfying for you. So if it is this masculine who is offering you this emotional fulfillment and support and compassion, and who has an idea of a long-term commitment, he's working on it, you have to be ready for that too. You have to meet him in that place. So let's see what else is coming. Oh gosh, we've got Five of Swords in the reverse, Four of Swords in the reverse. I like these both. Okay, so the masculine, this is a truce card. This is a, I am fighting and I'm not comfortable with taking a break. I don't quite trust this break. Well, it being in reverse means that the struggle, the internal struggle that the masculine is having, is now coming to an end. You're starting to be more comfortable with this need to not only have your emotions on the forefront, but also being able to be solid and stable for someone else, okay? You're feeling comfortable wearing these different clothes, wearing this different suit, playing this different role. So really trying it out. I like that you're doing this, Cancer. This is beautiful. For the feminine, we have the Four of Swords. It did come out in the reverse. This is the rest card. So the feminine's coming out of a period of respite. Makes sense. It is, we're moving away from the winter in the northern hemisphere, which means, the springtime is bringing us all together. So I feel like the feminine's really been in her head, really trying to sort out a new way of being, a new way of doing things, of welcoming in love, realizing, that maybe even what you were attracted to in the past, if we look at even being open to a different type of person, something different can come forward towards you, and it can be magical for you. Cancer, there's a lot of potential here. This masculine is really working towards bringing you something really special. And I feel like it's going to be special not only for you, but for him, because it's a new way for him to be. I feel like both of you are really, you've been in the chrysalis, right? You've been transforming yourself from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and you're really ready to come out on the other side and be there for one another in a totally different and new way. And this can be a relationship that's been going on and that you've just been kind of in a deep process of trying to figure out how to love yourself and each other more deeply, more deeply. Okay, and now we have Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands came up in the upright. So this is our struggle. And I feel like that's the bonding, right? That's what's going to bring you two together is this struggle. I was just talking about it, so it makes sense that that card flew out. So the struggle is that it's internal for both of you. So let's recap. The masculine has achieved a lot. He's been seen as an expert in his field. He has some notoriety. Things are feeling good on the work front, on the achieving front, right? Doing all the things, accumulating the stuff, right? But getting to the place where he can offer something long-term and stable for someone else is a new role, okay? And he's really working that out. He wants it. He sees that he wants this role. He wants to offer it. He's just not sure how to quite do it. He's working through it, and it's a struggle. But this struggle is what's going to bond you to him, okay? You have to show him, feminine, how to offer that place of stability because you're in a struggle bus, but in a different way, okay? So for the feminine, what's been going on for you is that you have a completely new way of being in the world. Your journey, your work, something is changing for you. And you're seeing that there's an opportunity for freedom and being able to manifest and create the life that you want. You're starting to come forward and to really claim that. And the thing that's going to bond you to your person is the struggle that you're having in being able to claim what is truly your own. And I'm feeling like that is about your work and your journey. Whereas your masculine has mastered his work and his journey. So you see how that struggle, and you are connected to your emotions, but he is working on that. So we go from this need for emotions to the struggle of being able to be balanced in our emotions. This is, the King of Cups is your balance card, the need for being emotionally available, but not too stern, right? It's the need of balancing the masculine and the feminine. So I hope this makes sense for you, Cancer. I feel like that connection is going to come through this struggle. It's not a struggle of each other, it's not a fight together. It's a fight that you're having. This is all very internal, and you two will help each other move through this struggle together, and that is what will bond you. So let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below, or hit the thumbs up if you like it. And for now, I'm going to send you all my love.